So good evening, everyone. Welcome to my tea time and a card. I can see you all hopping on. Yahoo! I only have one announcement tonight, and it's a very important one. Let me move all of this over. So the month of October, we actually started October 3rd, and this is like the greatest deal. So I need to tell you guys in case you haven't seen it. Stamping Up is celebrating 35 years. Our company is 35 years old. Can you believe it? How often do you hear of crafting companies going that long? So they obviously know what they're doing. So there's two specials for the month of October when you join the Stamping Up family. And the first thing I need to tell you guys, a lot of you guys don't understand. This is like a discount club. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to do classes. You don't have to do workshops. You join with this great deal I'm going to talk to you about. And then you save everything that you buy, you get 20% off for the next 6 months because you're joining at the very beginning of a quarter. The only difference is you place your orders on a demonstrator page instead of a customer page. That's it. That's the only difference. So because it's 35 years, the two specials are picking $125 of anything you want without going over from both catalogs, and it's 35% off, so it would cost you $64.35. That's a good deal. That's half price, or 35% off, free shipping. But the next one is the even better deal, I think. You pick $168.75, which is 35% more than we normally do in the starter kits. You pay $99, free shipping. Free shipping, you get a free paper pumpkin kit in both of these options. And then you also get to register for Stampin' Up's on-stage event, which happens in November. For those of us that have to pay for this event, it's $77. So if you add up all of these options right here, you get over $290 worth for $99. And this is only during the month of October. So it's a great deal. Again, you don't have to do classes or workshops, no Facebook Lives like I do. You just become a discount shopper. 20% off all your future orders. Okay, that's my little spiel for today. For my card, actually, I'm doing two cards tonight. I'm doing a technique, and the technique, there's enough to make two cards with. I'm using the Autumn Leaves stamp set, along with the dies. There's so many dies that I had to use 2 magnet sheets to get them on. And then there's more. I'm going to be using all 6 of these small leaves on both cards. I'm also using blending brushes. Orchid Oasis, Fresh Freesia, and Gorgeous Grape are my 3 ink colors. I have a water painter. I have a little container here with water in it. And I need this. Let me show you the layers. Orchid Oasis, and I'm going in both orientations. So if you cut your sheet of cardstock in half the long way and another half the short way, you get 2 card bases. I used 2 already, so I get 2 more here. So this one is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then this one is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to put those aside. I'm using our Bubble Bath cardstock along with the Leaf Fall embossing folder. Now, if you look closely at this embossing folder, it's a bunch of leaves, but it's kind of going from corner to corner. And that's how I wanted to emboss. So all I did was make sure that my corner was where you see the leaves right here. So corner to corner. And again, this way. You can position this anywhere you want. But I'm going to be stamping a sentiment here, so I wanted to leave this blank on the bottom. And you'll see when I stamp. And again, that's called the Leaf Fall embossing folder. You can see how pretty the leaves are. Okay. I'm also using the 2022-24 in color matte decorative dots. And I have a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 thick basic white. I'm not going to show you the cards right now. I'm going to do the blending first, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with all the blending. So let me bring in all 3 of the ink pads. I'm going to move this water just in case. Okay, I'm going to start with Fresh Freesia. And you can put this ink anywhere you want. Oh, and this technique that I'm showing you, how did I say that? That I am showing you is actually something that I saw one of our artisan designers make. I fell in love with it. No rhyme or reason where I'm putting the ink. So there's 3 splotches. Next, I'm going to go with the Orchid Oasis. Fill in some of the areas. And I know I'm going to have to get my baby wipes because I am getting my fingers all over the ink. Okay, I'm going to put 3 there. Let me move. Let's see, I'm going to need this one for the sentiment. And the last color is Gorgeous Grape. So I'm doing this with 3 different purples. It's not really impressive looking right now. It just looks like a hot mess, but wait till you see what I'm going to do with it. Okay, just a bunch of blobs. I want to make sure you guys are still with me. I hate it when I cannot see you guys. Okay, now what I'm going to do is bring in my water painter. And instead of squeezing, because I don't want a lot of drops, I'm going to just dip and add drops of water, big ones, little ones. And you're going to see that's going to start to spread. Can you see that already? And you want to do different sizes. It's almost like magic. It's like the ink just sucks it up and it spreads. I'm going to make some bigger ones. And then I'll show you what I did with it. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for that. I'm going to show you the one that I did. Look, it's all full of leaves. I'm going to use this whole piece. I'm going to cut out the leaves, but I want to dry it first. I'm going to bring in my heat tool. Let me bring that back in for you. And then I'll show you the cards before I do my cutting. I just got one right here that has a lot of water on it. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. Okay, now let me move. I'm going to need my machine, but before I do that, let me show you. Again, we're going to use these 6 dies. And look how pretty those leaves are. I'll bring them a little closer. Isn't that pretty with the little dots of water on them, the little splatters? So that's what I'm going to cut. So let me bring my machine in. Move the water. And because I'm using all 6 of these small dies, I just need to cut twice. I could actually fit a lot more if I put them all crammed in together, but I just need 12 total. Okay, wait, I need to get a tissue. I see water here. I don't want to wet my leaves. Okay, now let me go ahead and run that through. Whoops, I just lost my plate. Okay, now let's see. That one's got one. You see what I did? I can most times get my cardstock out when I just bang it on the counter like I just did. Okay, let me see. I've got one more here. That one's not going to work. I'll use my paper piercer. Look how pretty that is. It just looks so realistic. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's see if we can squeeze these in. And I'm going to pick up my clear plate off the floor. And we're going to do 6 more. Okay, let me go ahead. Now, let me see. I need 6 for each card. So let me put those aside. There's 2, 3. I gotta see which ones still have paper in them. Oh. I think they're still a little damp, so they're sticking in the die. Okay, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we have all of the leaves. So you can see there's not much left. I used most of the sheet. You could probably squeeze in a couple more little ones. Now, the first thing I want to do is my sentiment. And that's with the Starry Sky ink. And I used 2 sentiments with a grateful heart, today and every day. Okay, there's that one. Now we'll move on to number 2. And I will draw a name on Facebook, so whoever wins is going to win 2 cards this week. I'll announce the winners on Facebook tomorrow. Okay, there's my 2 sentiments. Now we're going to bring in some dimensionals. And then the leaves are also glued with dimensionals. So the girl that did, the artisan designer, she did her leaves, and there was 2 blues and a green, and those were pretty. Oh, actually, I have the photograph right here. Look how this was Tammy Wilson. Look how she did hers with the greens and the blues. That's really pretty as well. But I decided to go with purples. Okay, let's go ahead and glue these down. Oops, wait a minute. Need 2 more. So all I got left to do is to glue the leaves and the bling. I'm going to go right in the center. I did add a lot of dimensionals there, just because it's stretched out, so it's such a big piece of cardstock. Here's number 2. Now we need to put dimensionals on all of these pieces. And I just added 1, the bigger sized ones to the 2 bigger leaves, and then I used the mini ones for the smaller leaves. Okay, where's my mini? Right here. And then you just kind of play with it and figure out where you want to put. Oh, where I got a leaf missing. Oh, look, there's one stuck on me. I have a little leaf missing, I think. I lost one. Maybe I'll find it once I start gluing. Let me just look on the floor just to make sure. Yep, it's on the floor. I get so flustered with myself. I lose stuff on the floor all the time. Do you guys do that too? And I sit on a higher bar, like a bar stool when I do my stamping, and it's so far down there. Okay, let's do this one first. Now the colors are going to look a little different depending on the blending, of course. I'm going to set it up the same way I did this one. Let's see, I got this one going upside down, or pointing downwards. And then on this one, I just love this technique. You guys need to try it. It's one of those wow techniques. Okay, this one right here. So you're just kind of following the diagonal pattern of the embossing. One more. Look at all the dimensional papers I got. I'm gonna dig out my little vacuum that Mary bought me. Okay, now Starry Sky is the color which coordinates with what I just used. Let's see, whoops. I didn't bring that one with me. Let's see, we got one more down here. So there's card number 1, all done. I'm just kind of following the same pattern that I used on the first set of cards. And there's my cards for today. So again, I used all 6 of these dies, and those are from the Autumn Leaves bundle. Let me put that right here just so you'll know in case you missed it at the beginning. And the colors that were used, let me bring those back in once I close my lid. So fresh freesia, Gorgeous Grape, and Orchid Oasis. I think I said Starry Sky. That was Orchid Oasis, not Starry Sky. So I hope you guys like the technique. I hope you give it a try. It's a lot of fun. And again, you can use different colors. You can see what Tammy used for her colors. I'm anxious to see what you guys will use. Thanks so much for dropping in to see me tonight. I will see you guys again next week. Bye-bye.